We hit a major milestone on the free-to-play, and we are going to pull some Sacred Shards today. Hello, everybody. I'm Roadblock, and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. We are on the new free-to-play account, the 2026 free-to-play account. We've made some very, very good progress, hitting a massive milestone today. So over here in the campaign, Nightmare, done, right? You can't see that Nightmare right down here behind me. We have done Nightmare campaign all the way through, and the reward at the end is a Sacred Shard, as well as 3 5-star chickens. So check this out. Ezio, we've got 1 5-star, 2 5-stars, and then here we are with 3 chickens ready to go, right? Listen up. I just got a new promo link that you can use to follow along with me on my latest free-to-play adventure and get a free Elenaril, as well as 3 more powerful epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. Don't miss out on your chance to get Elenaril right after signing up, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Tagoar as you progress through Raid. Click on my link right now and let's crush this together. Yeah, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. Now, why haven't I done this yet? You may ask. Roadblock, what are you doing? Like, you've got Ezio, he's got a 4-star blessing. 5-star blessing is on the way. Why haven't you upgraded him yet? Like, what's going on? He's really good. Well, I want to see what we pull, right? Because if we pull something really good today off of these 2 Sacred Shards, well, that changes the direction that we're going to head in, right? And there are a lot of really good champions that we could pull. There's also some bad champions that we could pull, so it still may be Ezio. But when you're in these situations, so what I highly recommend, if you know you have a shard pull coming up, just wait and see, right? Because let's say that I pull Elva. Now, if you've never had Elva on your account, you may be thinking, oh, I don't know about that. Elva's really freaking good. And if you were to pull her and you just 5-starred somebody else, you're going to regret it, right? You're going to wish that you had upgraded Elva or Newt or, you know, any of the other like S tier champions that are out there. Now, I want to take some time to discuss how my approach to a free-to-play has changed due to the new patch that's coming up. It's been revealed that we can do old fusions. Fusions are becoming more important than ever now, because even bad fusions serve a purpose for your account. In order to get good fusions again, you're going to need to collect tokens from bad ones and then make a switch to a good existing fusion, a good previous fusion, I should say. So it does change the approach quite a bit. And if, in my opinion, 2x Sacreds got even worse now, because you really want your Sacreds for a summon rush, and you're going to be completing a lot more summon rushes. Now, on this account, we're not there yet, okay? You take an approach relative to where you are in the game. So for a mid-game account or basically once you have Clan Boss on farm, that's when I would start considering saving up my Sacred Shards. But right now, I want to use Sacred Shards to get Clan Boss, to find Clan Boss success. Give me champions that will be good over in Clan Boss to help me generate more Sacred Shards from Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. Speaking of the Clan Boss, we are now at a 2 key. Can't quite see it because it's at the bottom. That's 13 million on hard. So we're 2 key on hard. We've had a 1 key on normal for quite a while now. That's only 3 million. We're at 6 million now. And for the first time ever on Brutal, we've got 4.93 million. That's not enough to get a key or to get a chest. So we definitely want to start doing hard and brutal. We want to try and take, well, let's look, because that's important. So the highest chest in normal is a knight chest. And if we look at brutal, the lowest on brutal is a knight chest. But there's something important to note on this clan. Your clan may not be in this position, so make sure you pay attention here. The knight chest here, I never get 2 of because nobody does normal in my clan, right? My clan, clearly they do all the high ones. So this is, if everyone's on a 1 key, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4 keys, they're not going to do normal, right? So that's only one knight chest that I get from here, even though it's a lot easier to get. Whereas if I do two keys and I'm still sub 7.24 million, I'll get 2 knight chests versus 1 knight chest. I'm kind of blocking it here, and I apologize, guys, but I hope I'm making sense. So brutal is the way to go. So my 4 keys need to be 2 hard keys to get the max guardian chest, and then 2 brutal keys. And if I'm doing 4.93, I might actually be able to get another 2 guardian chests as well, which would be pretty good for me. So I don't particularly think that a 4-key brutal is worth the investment. I would rather get 4 chests, because if you look at the rewards in these chests, we still have void shards and ancient shard chances. I want to take more chances at that, where, you know, these are the same rewards, maybe better percentages, but still only getting 2 chests versus getting 4. I'm going to take the 4. Now, you guys don't have to agree with me, but that's my approach. As far as the rest of the account, Uugo 6-star, Sun Wukong 6-star, their gear is pretty darn good. We were able to get a lethal set on Sun Wukong with an attack chest. We're using crit rate gloves, but that's to be expected at this level. We're not going to be getting enough crit rate on our kits, right? And then for Uugo is in a 5-piece chronophage, so we're getting a ton of speed. So my Uugo is 251 speed right now, with 163 accuracy, so we're getting a lot of results there. Ezio is in a Savage set, a miracle that we were able to pull that off. And then these are the rings that we've been getting from the Ezio progression thing. What's it called? The Ezio chase, right? So we got this ring, we got this amulet, the rings behind me, and then we'll get the banner. So Ezio is in a Savage set because I had a leftover Savage set. I swapped Sun Wukong to a lethal set, so then I had a Savage set to spare, and it just kind of lined up with Ezio. Now, Ezio is lacking in accuracy. This is a big problem in most early game. If I get an accuracy banner, I will definitely be using that. But really happy with the where I'm at with Ezio. He does pretty reasonable damage. We do have Brimstone on him now. This is going to give us extra boss damage, which is where we really need him to give us results. So Kale, still in lifesteal gear, but I really don't use Kale. Maybe I think I might make a whole separate video on this at some point, but I really feel like rares, the game moves so fast now in the early game. I don't feel like the rares are worth the investment anymore. Yes, they are easier to book. Yes, they are easier to ascend and do all those things. I think at level 50 is just fine to get whatever champion you go with. And I do want to make a quick note, because a lot of people were kind of like, I can't believe this guy went with Sun Wukong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I wouldn't have been able to do Nightmare without Sun Wukong. I have a very tanky, very well-built Uugo who just kind of hangs out. I don't even use her revive because it actually is weaker than Sun Wukong's own revive. He dies, he comes back to life, we do damage. He dies, he comes back to life, we do damage. Like, it's so easy to take advantage of his revive mechanic. I mean, Tholen is really the only other champion that I probably would have wanted to go with. Even Turvold, the new promo code that everyone's excited about. Call me crazy, I don't know that I would even go with Turvold, because Sun Wukong just has that revive capability, so you could just build him super squishy and it's not punishing because he just comes back to life, full turn meter, and blows up whatever targets that he needs to blow up. So as far as my next 6-star, this is more advice for you guys. I did consider Tagoar to be my next 6-star over Ezio because he does bring increased speed and a heal. Kind of brings increased defense. It's not very accurate. A strong full team revive with a big shield and damage reduction. However, I know that I'm going to use Ezio everywhere, and that's because of the aura. Speed in all battles aura, I mean, I am all about speed. Now, maybe I'm wrong there, maybe I should focus elsewhere, but having a speed aura is super important to me and my playstyle, and I'm going to cater to my playstyle. And it's working very well in other areas of the game. You've seen my clan boss damage. I'm proud of that. And remember, I'm not going that hard. I spent an afternoon today finishing Nightmare. I started, got to a point that I couldn't finish, took a break, got gear, built champions, came back, and you saw the results. So I wasn't just grind. It took me about an afternoon after work today. Just hopped on the game, played for a couple hours, I'm not going to lie, but we were able to get it done. We also completed the event dungeon tournament, which is pretty good. Not the normal reward that you guys would get, and my main account is an immortal soulstone, but we only get some points towards the immortal soulstone. That's fine. I still felt like it's a tournament worth doing because the event dungeon is so valuable for new accounts, because you're able to get high level accessories and gear potentially. So that was really fun. I'm excited to do Sand Devil as my next like AFK farm, basically. Using RSL Helper overnight, I'll set it up. I'll tell it to run Sand Devil all night. I will farm to the highest stage that I can successfully complete Sand Devil and just let it run, and hopefully be able to get a really nice immortal shard out of that. Now, that's assuming they allow me to do that. I may still be too low of a rank. As for the champion chase tournament, I would love to be able to get these, but I'm not going to spend shards outside of these 2 sacred shards that I'm going to spend. And there's really no mystery shards still. That has still been a huge blank spot on my account. My market has been expanded because I did have in this slot here, I had an ancient shard. So I told you guys early on in the campaign, right, in this free-to-play adventure, that I'm only going to unlock these when there's an ancient shard beyond, right? And so I unlocked them, grabbed that ancient shard. Yeah, that's pretty much everything relic crafting wise. I really, like I said, I want those epic ones. I did, from my Chimera run that I did on easy, I did have 100 of the blue materials, and that gave me a journal, which increases heals and turn meter. Uugo is my best healer right now, so that went on Uugo. And I feel like that's all of the updates. There's not a lot else to discuss. Dungeons, I have not been progressing in, or at least not prioritizing them. Missions, I am very tempted to push Sunday and try to accomplish all of these and get an additional sacred shard to pull. Fusing Justiciar is going to be a challenge, but these are farmable rares. I've been using some other ones for food just because I didn't have any other options, and they're farmable. So when that time comes, I may just grind these out, fuse Justiciar, and be done, and get that extra sacred shard during this 2x event. But that is where we are at. Oh, yay, some mystery shards. Thank you. Without any further ado, and thank you guys for your patience there, we will go ahead and pop these 2 sacred shards here. And I will be right back because my RSL Helper isn't running and I want to track my Mercy. Okay, we're back. I had to just make sure that RSL Helper was up and running, so we were tracking my Mercy. As you can see, we already pulled 1 sacred. I have pulled some blue shards just off camera in situations where I was just like, I really need a rare right now for food. So I've done a little bit of that, again, off camera. So, but I knew they were going to be rares, and if by some miracle I got something a crazy legendary, well, then I would look like a big old liar, wouldn't I? But, you know, it is what it is. So, here we go. Epic. Okay. Ooh, Chinoru. Block buffs. Weaken, though. Removes all increased defense from your enemies, then attacks all enemies. Decreases the cooldown of Lay Bear for each enemy killed. What are the reviews? Wow. Those are surprising reviews. I don't know that I could see this champion getting used. I really am excited about having a weekend champion, but I just don't see that making the cut on this account. All right, one more to go. Let's see that 2x in action. Another epic. Okay. Adriel. Decrease accuracy, not really something that we need. Okay, heals all allies by 20% of their max HP and places reflect damage. That's not very good because it's their max HP. 50% chance of placing decrease attack. 100% chance if critical. And a magic ally speed in all battles by 21. I actually really... So let's look at them in terms of faction wars. That was pretty disappointing. I would say, though, yeah, see, even Ezio is the better aura, so I can see them being used for faction wars. These are probably not as weak as the other epic that I'm about to feed. I feel like there's more value to them than Sylvie, but they're definitely not better than Ezio. So Ezio is going to be my next 6-star. I will go ahead and do that for you guys here. Boom, boom, boom. And we now have Ezio. Do I have a brew for him? No, I probably don't. Yeah, I'm not going to waste 100 of those. So now we get to work leveling Ezio, which is going to be fun. But yeah, that's where the account is now. You guys have kind of caught up on all of it. My biggest priority right now is to make sure I am getting experience. I need to hit 45 before Tuesday for sure to collect the siege rewards that I really, really want to get. Even if we lose, we're still going to get a couple of 6-piece mythical gear, which would be really valuable for me. So level 45 is a must for me. And that would also unlock Hydra, which we might be able to squeeze out a little bit of damage. Not a one, we're not going to completely clear the first difficulty, but I do think we can possibly squeeze out the minimum damage to get a chest, which will give us access to really good gear in stone skin and protection gear, as well as fragments towards Mithrala. So that is kind of the plan moving forward now. I think that's everything I have for you guys. So a bit of a, womp womp as a sacred shard pull, but it was best time to pull for sacred shards. Am I going to regret not saving those for a fusion? Probably not, because I still only, as far as I can see, would have been able to get 3 sacred shards by the time the next fusion starts, and that's not going to be a lot. So I would rather take the chances of getting a good epic or legendary to put my clan boss team over the hump. But now back to the grind. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It's the best way to support my channel, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Take care.